Hello, it's August 19th, 2014. I want you to take a look at this headline over at Business Insider. Egypt urges U.S. restraint over Missouri unrest. Egypt. Egypt. Remember everything that went on previously where the U.S. was urging them not to massacre their protesters. Well, now they're returning the favor. As people know by now, in Ferguson, Missouri, basically all hell is breaking loose. 18-year-old Michael Brown was shot and killed by police. I believe they said he was hit with 6 bullets, 2 in the head. And forget the argument of, whether he was a criminal or not. It's the aftermath that has made the headlines, showing Americans that have had their heads buried in the sand exactly how militarized our local police departments have become. We have them not only taking on the protesters that are vandalizing and rioting and looting, which they should be doing, but they're equally abusing innocent protesters, unarmed protesters, pointing guns at people that are just holding signs, arresting reporters, tear gassing unarmed protesters. So now back to the story. Egypt on Tuesday urged U.S. authorities to exercise restraint in dealing with racially charged demonstrations in Ferguson, Missouri, echoing language Washington used to caution Egypt as it cracked down on Islamic protesters last year. It's unusual for Egypt to criticize such a major donor, and it was not immediately clear why the government would have taken such a step. Ties between Washington and Cairo were strained after Egyptian security forces killed hundreds of Muslim Brotherhood supporters following the army's ousting of freely elected President Mohammed Morsi in July 2013. Now remember, Muslim Brotherhood, which many have listed as a terrorist organization, was supported by the Obama administration to oust the leader and put them in, and then they were ousted themselves and have been tried and convicted, and many of them put to death. Now, Western allies have voiced concern about the democratic credentials of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the army chief who toppled Morsi and went on to win the elections. The United States has, however, continued to provide military and other support to Cairo. Now, the Egyptian Foreign Ministry's statement on the unrest in Ferguson read similarly to the one issued by U.S. President Barack Obama's administration in July 2013 when the White House urged security forces to exercise maximum restraint and caution in dealing with demonstrations by Morsi supporters. The ministry added it was closely following the escalation of protests in Ferguson unleashed by the fatal shooting of an unarmed black teenager by a white policeman on August 9th. Now, just think, what does this say about the U.S. that we have countries like Egypt telling us that we need to practice caution against protesters here in America? Look how far down we have come from the land of the free, from the fighters for liberty across the world. We can't even give our own citizens the liberties guaranteed to them under the U.S. Constitution.